your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like a takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it.
What is up, everybody? It is a beautiful 72-degree day. Now, it was really cold this morning. It was only like 40 some odd degrees this morning. But I wanted to show you this. There's another new roof going up across the street. That only leaves me, the neighbor across the street, and the other neighbor across the street over there left with the old roofs. And like I've been saying, our insurance companies are probably going to make us do that in the next year or two, because they were all these roofs were put on at the same time back in 2004, I think it was, or 5, when Hurricane Jean and Francis and Charlie came through and ripped this area up pretty good. But yeah, there's another one going on right now. So I don't know if you can tell by the sunset, but yeah, it's going up. So anyway, that's it for today. It's getting cold. It's going to be getting cold the next few days. Coming up this next weekend, Christmas weekend, it's supposed to be down to the 30s and upper 20s for the lows in the mornings. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, guys. Well, that's it for now. More later. Good afternoon, everybody. What I'm going to do, something I don't normally do, but I'm going to do it this time because we're expected to get a very hard freeze for the next 3 mornings. It's going to be the coldest freeze that Florida has in like the last 30 years. So what they tell you to do is overnight when the freezes, you're supposed to start and run your pool pump. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the timer. What I'm going to do is just going to shut it off for now. And then I'm just going to reset the time. I'm going to shut all these off. Like so. And I'm going to set it to go on overnight. Let's say from about 11, okay, about 11:30, and we will have it run all the way through, let's say, about 8 o'clock, 8:30. So it's gonna kick on about 11:30 at night now, and then it's going to go off at about 8:30 in the morning. That way, with it running overnight, it keeps your pipes from freezing. That's what they tell you to do, so that's what I'm doing. But instead of coming out here every night for the next 3 nights in 20, 30 degree temperatures, I'm just gonna have the timer kick it on. That way I won't have to worry about it. Join me for more tips. Later, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. We are getting ready for a freeze. It is going to go down to the upper 20s tonight with wind chills approximately 18 to 20 degrees for the next 2.5 mornings. Tomorrow morning, which is Christmas Eve, and then Sunday morning, which is Christmas Day, are supposed to go down to the middle 20s with upper teens wind chill. And then Monday morning, which is the 26th, we're supposed to be at about 25 degrees. Then it's supposed to start warming back up. But anyway, we're getting ready for the big freeze, which this is the way things go for me. I was planning on working on the Mazda here. I got the new water pump right here. Little $30 water pump that places want $500 to $600 to replace. Now, it is in a very tight spot in there. It's not going to be easy to do because there's very little tolerance to get it in and out. But I'm just going to take my time. I think I'm going to be able to do it. I already reset the pool pump, as I shown you, I believe. And I think what I'm going to do today on the Mazda, I think I'm going to just try to get the nuts on the pulley loose while the belt and everything is still on. If I can get those loose, that'd be step one. Step two is to drain all the coolant. And then step three is to remove the pulley, then remove the pump, put the new one in, put the pulley back on, put the belt back on, fill it up with antifreeze, and it's done. But the problem is, it's going to be freaking freezing out this weekend, which is when I planned on doing it since I'm off of work and I have, 5 days to deal with it. Now I only have maybe 2 to 3 before it starts getting really, really cold. So I might start it this weekend and then continue it next weekend, New Year's weekend, because it's supposed to be warmer New Year's weekend. I'll have 4 days over that weekend to work on it. So that's my plan for now. And if that doesn't work, I'm still working on this drawer here. I got the front glued on. I did get little L brackets here, and I will show you that in a little bit. Once I get to it, I'm going to put the L brackets around it to hold it, because the glue and the wood is all ripped up and torn up. It's not going to hold very good. So I'm going to put the L brackets around there to support the drawer, and then that should work. So for right now, I think I'm going to see if I can loosen those bolts on the pulley, and we'll see what happens. Later. Good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 27th. It is a beautiful 63-degree day here in Central Florida. I think our Arctic blast is pretty much over. We should be back. We're going to be back in the 80s in 2 days. Crazy. Unbelievably crazy. But hopefully that was our cold snap for this winter. Normally we get another one come January, end of January into February. We'll get a cold snap for a few days or so. But hopefully this was it for this year. I highly doubt it, but hopefully it was. Now, the thing is, with it being so cold and my house being tile, in the summertime it's great because the tile keeps the house cooler, but like now in the wintertime, when it gets cold like this and it cools down the house, it takes forever to warm it back up. So even though it's going to be getting back up into the 80s, it's going to take several days of that temperature outside for the inside of my house to warm up. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show you it's a beautiful day. I'm going to attempt to start working on the water pump on here since it's warm enough now, because I started doing it the other day and it was just way too freaking cold. My fingers were freezing. So I'm going to start that now. I'm going to take my time with it. I'm having a little trouble getting the pulley off, which is the first thing that I need to do. But I got some ideas and stuff I'm going to try today, and we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to dive into that here in a little bit. Later. Alright guys, as you've seen, I just brought a box in. Now, as some of you might know and some of you might not know, I am living completely off grid here with the exception of electricity and water. Other than that, I'm completely off grid. Now, I just got my emergency supply of winter heat, because being off grid, I don't use the electric heat or anything because I'm off grid, so I have to order my heat. And it just came. See if I can show you here. Alright, it's in another box. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. 24 bottles of ethanol, which, for those of you that don't know, I have the ethanol fireplaces all the way through my house. And okay, it's great. I have the ethanol fireplaces all the way through my house. So that is going to keep me warm this winter, especially with the freeze and everything coming tonight and the next 3 days. I got enough fuel now to get me through that. Keep whatever room I'm in nice and warm, and I don't have to use the big electric system because I am off grid. So that's one of the benefits about being off grid. You save a lot of money. So I got that. I'm gonna set that up, put it away, and be ready for the cold air tonight. Later. Good afternoon, everybody. It is the warm before the storm. It is Friday, December 23rd. We are expecting hard freezes the next 2 to 3 mornings. Air temperatures in the mid to lower 20s, wind chills in the teens. Coldest it's been here in, they're saying, 30 plus years. But what I'm gonna do right now, while it's still kind of warm, the only thing I'm gonna cover up is that palm tree there. The other ones like these, they got hit last year. You can still see some of the brown from the things that I didn't get fully trimmed off, but those are probably going to get hit again this year, and nothing I can do about it. I don't have blankets that big, but I am going to cover that little one, try to save that one to get it to grow up to this. I got some dead branches on this one I got to trim off after the freeze. After the freeze is over, actually probably not until February is when I'm going to trim all these up, because I'm sure those are going to get hit and I'll have to trim those up. I'll trim these up at the same time, but I'm going to go cover that palm tree right now while it's still warm out. Yeah, and that's it. Later. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 44 degrees.
Holy icicles, Batman. It is freezing. Today is going to be a stay in my pajamas inside the house type of day. I just lit a fire here. It's not really going yet. It's still warming up a little bit, but that's going to get going. Warm the house up here. And yeah, I think I'm just staying in the house today. I'm not even going to get out of my pajamas. I'm just going to stay in the house, making some coffee right now. It's about 10 after 9 right now. Making some coffee. I'm going to sit here on the computer. And football is on today because it's Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to everybody. And yeah, I'm just staying in the house today. The next 2 days probably. Because it ain't going to get much better than this for the next 2 days. So anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay warm. Talk to you later. All right, so how many of you guys remember this thing? It's a Snuggie. I went and found it in my closet. It is that cold. I had to drag this thing out. Just wanted to show you. I don't know how many people still have one of these, but I do, and they're actually kind of very warm. Wanted to show you later. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but look at all the condensation on this window. We're in the midst of the freeze. Can you see that? I'm not sure how it looks like the camera's picking it up. But this whole window is covered with condensation. Unbelievable. I have never, ever seen that before down here, ever. It is 1:30, watching the Bears game, Soldier Field. It's like, what, 3 degrees? But here, outside on my patio right now, it is 48 degrees. Freezing. I don't even think I'm going outside. If I do go outside, I'm going to build a fire. But that's yet to be seen. I just need to show you that condensation. I've never seen that before down here. Ever. Later. Check this out, guys. I've never seen this happen before. I just lit my tabletop fireplace. Okay? Sitting out here in the living room. I'm watching the Bears game. And the heat coming up from that fireplace is making my ceiling fan turn. I've never seen that happen before. That is so weird because it didn't. I lit the fire, and then about 10 minutes later, once the fire got going, the fan started spinning. That is just so weird. Just from the heat coming up from the fireplace. That is so weird. That is just so weird. Just wanted to show you that. Later. Good evening, everybody. It is Christmas Eve. It is 38 degrees outside. Now, I'm spending the night, because it is night now. It is a little after midnight. Santa's in the area somewhere, but I am in my bedroom, and I'm keeping the door a little bit closed. I've got the fireplace going on top of the dresser, and I also have a little portable space heater. Now, my room right now is 69 degrees. It was just at 70, but it's 69 right now. Nice and warm in here. Go out to the living room, to the rest of the house, it's like 64, 63 degrees out there. But I'm nice and warm and comfy in here right now, which is perfectly fine. And then when I get up in the morning, I'll take the fireplace out to the other room. I'll light it up out there to warm the room up. And that way I am not running the big heater, which I did turn on today this afternoon, just to get the chill out of the air. I just ran it for like about 45 minutes just to get the chill out of the air. And once that happened, everything was back to normal. That's what long sleeves and sweats are for this time of year. And whatever room I'm in, I got my little fireplaces. I showed you I bought all the fuel for the winter for my fireplaces. I mean, this is only going to last 3 days. Tonight and then tomorrow night, and that's going to start warming back up. And ironically, by the end of next week, it's supposed to be up to 80 again. But yeah, this cold thing is all over the country, man. It's gripping everybody. This is crazy. This really is crazy. But like I said, I got the fire going. Things are nice and warm and toasty in here. I think I'm going to go make me a midnight snack. I'm going to go make a hot dog, I think. And I will see you guys later. Merry Christmas, guys. You know it's cold when my cup of coffee is steaming this much in the morning. What is up there, everybody? And that was this week's Around the House. Made it through the huge deep freeze that happened down here. I mean, that was brutal. And, you know, I got to be honest with you, this whole winter this year has been a lot colder than normal. I mean, even my hands, because it's been so cold and dry, my skin on my hands is actually very dry. I actually had to go buy hand moisturizer, which down here you normally do not have to do. I had to go buy a bottle because it was getting so bad that my knuckles were cracking, kind of like, I mean, reminded me of, you know, living up in Illinois for the winter where your hands get so dry and brittle and they start cracking. That's what's happening down here. It has been so cold for so long down here. Very, very out of the ordinary. They're saying this has like been the coldest winter down here in, like 30 something years. I mean, it's crazy ridiculous. I mean, right now, it is the February 9th right now. We're in a little 3-day warm snap. It's been in the 80s the past couple days, but today, as you're seeing it, Friday, it's supposed to start raining all day. It's supposed to still be in the upper 70s, lower 80s, but then come Saturday and Sunday, it's dropping back down into the 60s, low 60s for the high during the day, and the, middle, low 40s at night, which is, the 40s at night is where it's been, like, for weeks. I mean, you get a couple days here and there where it warmed up into the 70s and 80s, and the nights were like in the middle 50s, lower 60s, where it should be. But I would say probably since, couple weeks before Christmas, I mean, it has just been, I mean, every night in the 40s and 30s. I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy. But anyway, guys, that's about it for this week. I got some stuff going on at work. Some of you probably have already seen my videos. If you haven't, go to my channel and check out my little post about my job. But really quick, I put my notice in today. I'm only going to be there until next Friday, and then I'm moving on, basically because it wasn't what they said it was, and a lot of you people already know that. So you know how aggravated I was with it and the whole situation. But I did talk to the two higher-ups at Xerox. They totally understand. The one big guy from New Jersey says that he wishes he could do something for me, but he can't because the position that I'm in has certain limitations on what they can do for me. So he really can't do anything else for me, and so he totally understood. I feel sorry for the next person that they bring in there. Because if they mislead it to that person and that person gets in there, you sit in that room 8-9 hours a day by yourself. You have no communication with anybody. You just sit in the room by yourself. And you got to deal with all this crap that people call and do and everything. And a lot of the stuff, like when I was talking with the guy from New Jersey, a lot of the stuff is turning out to be more administrative, where I have to do paperwork and spreadsheets, and I got to do like IP configurations for the computers and all that stuff. I don't do that. I never have done that. I don't want to do that. And I told him that. And, he understood, and so did the other guy. They both understood. They wish I wasn't leaving because I guess they've been getting really good reviews on me as far as getting stuff done and taking care of everything. They don't want me to leave, but, I'm not I'm not that kind of a person to do what they want me to do. That's not what I've done for the last, 40 some odd years in my career, and that's nothing that I want to do. That's basically what I told them. They're good with that. They're cool with that. We're leaving on really good terms. So they're sending somebody in next week to work with me so I can show them how things work there. Now, this guy's only a temporary guy. They're going to be hiring a new guy, which this guy that's coming in next week is going to have to train. But, like I said, I feel sorry I think I might hide a note in the drawer somewhere. I feel sorry for you, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But anyway, that's this week's Around the House, guys. I know this is getting long. Give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit the notification bell for more videos coming up on everything. Come back Tuesday for another taste test challenge. And I will see you guys then. Thanks, guys.